Southern Miss Radio. It's time for News You Need. News You Need is a look at current events and how they affect the college community and beyond. And now here's the host of News You Need, Dr. Ed Simpson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting edition of of the show where we talk with the best human beings in the entire world, which is our USM students. And we have another amazing panel here today with us where we're going to talk about, I suspect, some really interesting things going on in the world. Some things less gooder than others. But first, let's introduce ourselves. We, as always, have our faithful co-host, Dr. Brent Hale. So I'm going to ask you to everybody kind of introduce yourself. Maybe give us your name, your major, maybe hometown, and then what student group you're with. And Dr. Hale, tell us a little bit about you first.
I can do that. So I'm back again, and I'd like to open with a piece of poetry that
I think
is appropriate for the current moment.
Okay.
It's one you'll probably recognize. It goes, "We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turned." Yeah, I feel like that's apt to the current moment. So I am Dr. Brent Hale. I'm an assistant professor here in the School of Media and Communication. I specialize in social media and media psychology. I am not a part of a student organization at the moment because I'm not a student.
Correct.
Next up.
Correct.
Okay. Hello, my name is Katarian Menendez. I am a theater and business administration major. I am representing Writers at Play, and I am from Prentice, Mississippi.
Writers at Play. Okay, I want to talk about that.
Hello everyone, I'm Nyonta Mazabin. I'm majoring in psychology, and today I'm going to represent my USM Psychology Club. So I hope we'll have a good time.
Oh, we'll have a great time. Interesting.
Hello, my name is Christian Singley, and I am a former president and co-founder of the Ally Club at PRCC. I am originally from Picayune, Mississippi.
And by PR, you mean Pearl River Community College?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And okay. And so you're here now as a transfer student?
Yes.
Okay. What's your major?
I'm a painting and drawing major.
Oh.
Drawing and painting.
Excellent. And what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
I want to draw and paint.
Okay.
If I could wake up every day and just sit down and paint for the rest of the day, I would be happy.
Is it in the commercial context, or is this creative art where you're selling it yourself?
I'd like to be in galleries.
Okay. Okay. So fine art.
Oh, yeah.
Really cool. That's exciting. Okay. So talk to me about Writers at Play. What is that? What are you all doing?
Okay, so Writers at Play is a theater organization. Our basic goal is to produce new works of USM students.
Ooh.
It's open to all majors. You just have to be a USM student to join. And this year, we're trying to focus more on artistic collaboration with different colleges. We're currently in talks with the dance department, and though it is crazy that we haven't worked much with them, even though we're in the same school,
Yeah.
that is what we're working on.
That's great. Yeah. So now you say theater and business. Are you a double major, or is one a minor, one's a major?
Yes, sir, a double major.
Double major. Now, we've had quite a few theater minors in our school, but I don't think we have very few double majors. So why business and theater?
Well, I've always had the idea to create my own business, and the arts was just something like a very large passion of mine, and I wanted to bring them together in a way that I could support myself as well as live with myself.
There you go. Yeah. So you don't want to starve too much as an artist.
I'd prefer not to.
Yeah, agreed. Every third Thursday you can be hungry, but you know what? You like to eat occasionally. I get you. So I actually have some more questions about writing. So writing versus acting. So when you say theater, you're thinking more playwright, or are you thinking more acting for you?
Okay, so I get very anxious, so I tend to avoid acting. I'm mainly a playwright. I do dabble in directing. This semester, I'm mostly designing for our main stages.
Oh, okay.
So,
The set designer stuff.
Yeah, so this semester, I'm doing hair and makeup for the show Anna Bella Ema.
Can you do anything with my hair?
I think we could darken it up a little
Oh,
bit.
no. Okay, so those of you, both of you listeners at home, I'm completely bald, which is why I asked that. That's why there was this.
Yeah,
chuckle.
that was a very kind way of saying no.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Okay. Psychology. What's up with our psychology club? What are we doing?
We are doing a lot of stuff. A few days ago, we had our first meeting. We got many students who want to join our club, and we have some projects within few days. Like we have profit sharing. We have some seminars, and some faculty will come to our regular meeting days, and they will tell about like what we should do with ourselves.
Okay, well there you go. That's a good club thing to do. Why psychology? What do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Thanks for asking that question.
You're welcome.
Actually, where I am from, I'm from Bangladesh. It's in South Asia. It's a very tiny little place in South Asia. And in our country, I don't know, like I don't know what to say about this thing, but we don't have any specialized institution there. We don't have any specialized people to after college. We don't know where to go if I am passionate about psychology. So when I finished my higher school, then I was very passionate about psychology, and I was searching like where I should go, and I couldn't find anywhere to be honest. And then I came across with the University of Southern Mississippi, and I found we have like 30 labs here. We have fine faculties here, and I was like, oh wow, that should be a good place.
So you want to be a psychologist? You want to keep going?
That was my first intention. But when I came here and I met many people, and especially my faculties, and I found that there are lots of gaps in the research area in psychology. So I thought I should jump on those gaps. So I want to be a PhD student. I want to be a researcher in psychology.
Yeah, come talk to me about being a PhD. I don't know, Dr. Hale. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I'm on board. I'm fully on
you?
board. Like again, as I even introduced myself, I studied as a media psychologist. So like that, hey, listen, I'm interested. I want to talk more about this. In fact, but maybe not on the air about what this is. But I actually, when I was working on my PhD, I was considering and going and working as a user experience tester. So like that's the kind of thing you would do with a psych degree.
Yeah, that's actually a big part of it. Okay, so we are going to run out of time for this segment. We'll just pick it up later. But what are our students talking about? What's big in the news for our students this week?
From psychology background, if I say, we are currently celebrating the Suicide Prevention Week. So
really? Is that Suicide Prevention Week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that in our campus, we are having lots of campaign about it. So and also a few days ago, I found that the military people in USA, the highest rate of their death is suicide. So so currently we are actually working on that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What else are our students talking about?
So currently in the art department, there are flyers everywhere about House Bill 1193.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and essentially what it does for the institutions that their education is, it bans the idea of being able to talk about race, sex, and religion within the context of education in school. And this affects everything from basically from a simple history class to just casual conversation within a group of people. And even at this, it doesn't just censor the quote unquote liberal voices that want to be censored, but it censors those same conservative voices as well. And in a sense, it's just bad all the way around for censorship.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll pick up with House Bill 1193 on the other side. It's interesting because I want to know what's on the flyers. We'll pick that up on the other side of the break.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Okay, and we are back. And as usual, we were talking through the break, trying to figure this out. House Bill 1193, this has been a topic of the show numerous times. And it's basically the anti-DEI bill. And I'm still waiting for somebody to explain to me what is anti about diversity, what is anti about equity, what is anti about inclusion. I want somebody to explain that to me. Nobody will explain it to me.
And that's the thing is it's not necessarily about it's not about the inclusion per se. It's about censoring those voices that are included. And I find that to be a huge problem because we're sitting in a very diverse room as it is right now. And those things are a big deal when it comes to educating people in school.
Well, I actually went on a screed, a very minor screed of my class the other day. I say, you know what, USM is a living exemplar of different folks being able to get along in the same space. And I think this show is an exactly typical example of it. 3 very different individuals, 5 actually very different individuals, but some of us more different than others. I'm looking at Dr. Hale when I say that.
Hold on, wait a second.
Being able to have it, okay, so talk to me about, so having a difficult discussion, having a discussion about difficult topics, and we're all different, we all come from various backgrounds, we all look different, we talk different, we have different worldviews, but we come into this studio and we can have discussions about difficult topics.
And I would argue that that's one of the major purposes of a university and of a campus is to have a place where that diversity of opinion and diversity of thought is able to come together, to coalesce, and for people to be able to wrangle with these things. It's like one of the benefits. It's not necessarily why a campus is designed. It's not necessarily for that, but it is a really important outcome of the way that we've created these spaces. Even differences in like the different programs that you all are in and the things that you care about, like the perspectives that you take to tackle a problem will be very different. And that's how we come to better understand our world and to tackle complex problems in a way that's fruitful, I would argue. And so I think to go after that and say that that is a problem is just strange.
It's strange. It's weird. So have you, as from your experience in your circle, are you guys talking about this anti-DEI bill, the law that is, it was put on, so it was approved over the summer, and then of course somebody immediately sued, and the courts have put most of it on hold for the time being. But is this reaching our students? Are you guys talking about this?
I feel like we all have it in the back of our mind, but we've lived through like a lot of different things that it's just become to the point where like, why even mention it? Like getting desensitized also to the point of like, there was, I believe, a school shooting recently and we're still talking about Charlie Kirk.
Correct.
So it's just getting desensitized to these things and focusing more on your personal life than things that will affect you later on.
So dropping out of the debate on public issues because it's just too much.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I also think what he said is very true. And actually, I'm a research assistant in my research lab, and we used to research on health disparity. And for this DI issue, we have changed some things, and there are some funding which got cut off. So we actually
Really?
affect. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Did we know that? Did we know that?
Yeah, it affected our research, and now we have to change it to say health psychology to remove that tag from our researches. And our professor is very frustrated with that along with us. So I would say, as an international student, I would say like it's like when we have an image in our mind of America. So when we think about America, it's we think about diversity. So it actually affects us and it affects the image of America as well.
So the folks in Bangladesh, is that Bangladeshi?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they think we're crazy? Or rather, how crazy do they think we are?
It's actually the opposite, I must say, because they assume our people. I don't know why, but they're very fond of foreigners. You know, we love foreigners. Whenever somebody came to our country, or we are going to somebody's country, and we love to embrace them, and we love to be around them. So we actually, in our country, America has a great reputation, I must say.
I'm shocked.
I mean, it's been part of what the United States has been doing for decades, trying to develop that reputation. I mean, that's something that it was strategic, right? That's what was
it was very
created.
much mercenary. I mean,
Yeah,
it was intentional.
And the concept of the melting pot was something that had been so foundational and is absolutely being taken apart. It's just that idea is being dismantled currently.
Yeah, it is. And that's the times we're living through. So you mentioned Charlie Kirk. So are our students aware? And what do our students think about the assassination of Charlie Kirk at the University of Valley,
Utah Valley University.
Utah Valley UVU, Utah Valley University, assassinated with a long rifle, single shot long rifle. Interesting. 200 yards away, they did arrest somebody this morning, a 22-year-old young man, white man, 22-year-old white man, who wrote on the bullets. Did you guys catch this?
Oh, no.
Including one of the bullets that apparently was not fired, since we know what it said. Hey, fascist, catch this. And there was some other phrasing that was written on there. So what are our students thinking? How are we processing this whole Charlie Kirk killing?
I just say that it's very varied. However, it also calls to the point that a lot of minorities were so happy that it wasn't one of them.
Interesting.
So I've seen people say you're a bad person for not caring, you're a bad person for not feeling this, but we're still thinking, I'm so glad it wasn't a black person. I'm so glad it wasn't a trans person, because it's so easy to feed into that rhetoric in some people's minds that we live in fear of it just giving them any bit of proof, even though the statistics are like way off from what they believe.
Wow. Okay, that is just fascinating. Okay, what are you guys hearing?
So personally, when I got the news of this happening, I cried a little bit. Now, I never did really side with Charlie Kirk's opinions in any kind of way, but again, he contributes to the discourse in America, and in a sense, I think he contributed to the wrong kind of discourse in America, more in the sense that it was extreme in value. When you are somebody that supports Project 2025, and you are contributing to the discourse on censorship, there would be a lot of people that could be very angry at you. I do think that the murderer, however, is still in the wrong. And people saying, good that this happened. It's really messed up in a way, because thousands of people saw that. It got broadcast everywhere. I feel bad for the family, and that's the wrong kind of discourse, is bullets.
Oh, there you go.
When I hear this news, like personally, when I hear this kind of news, I feel like it's bad from every perspective, because when you are like shooting someone, when you are somebody is dead by somebody, it affects the society. It affects people's belief from law, from judicial. And what if, like, if that person, I am assuming that person is so bad so that he got killed, but that encourages other people to kill other people. So these things are not, like, we can't ever support this thing as a society. So this thing I was talking about it with my flatmates last night. And there are some people even in the comment who were celebrating it. And I feel like these things are, like, those people who celebrate this kind of stuff, they're sadists. From my perspective, they're sadists, because these are, you can never support killing someone. How he can be anyone, like, you can never support this. You can go to judiciary, you can make cases, you can do anything. So yeah, that was my perspective.
Yeah, no, I think, but you guys are fascinating. I believe we are going to take a break, and we will pick up with the Charlie Kirk situation on the other side.
Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest. Southern Miss Student Media is how USM communication students put their education into action. The Student Prints, Southern Miss Radio, SMTV, and SM2 Creative are the media properties operated by Southern Miss Student Media. You can get your share of the more than $600 million USM brings to the area with help from Southern Miss Student Media. To find out more about how to reach the USM audience, email sm2sales@usm.edu.
Okay, we are back. Dr. Hill, what do you think about all this? What are you hearing from our students?
You know, I haven't heard a ton from students in the days that have passed since this occurred, but I have seen tons of online commentary about what's going on. And what you were really even getting at about kind of seeing what people are saying. Some people are celebrating this, and I just think that that's such a problematic stance to take, because it just feeds into more violence if you're doing that. And then you have people that are, weeping about it as well. And it's like, this is complicated. This is very, very complicated. And I think that political violence has been a part of our culture for a long time. This is not the first time something like this has happened.
Yep.
But I am concerned about the rapidity at which we're seeing this type of violence, and that we are in an era that's quite dangerous. I'm very genuinely concerned about that. It's something that I'm thinking about on a regular basis. Like, we're in a situation where anyone who is in any way connected to politics needs security, and like a legitimate security detail. And that's a terrible place to be.
Yeah. Well, New York Times, so let me throw a couple of headlines at you. So New York Times is, as usual, I've been covering this from all different kinds of angles. So one of the headlines they had was exactly that idea of fear, and they talked to a bunch of Congress people. And both sides, both Democrats and Republicans, are telling their leadership, we need more security from our own constituents. I mean, I think we should pause and think about that just for a second. But here's another headline. After Kirk killing, this is New York Times, Americans agree on one thing: something is seriously wrong. Would our students agree with that there's something seriously wrong with our country?
I would agree 100%. And these kinds of things, we've seen multiple political assassinations over the past, really past year, not even couple years, which is a whole other thing. But it started out with Luigi Mangione, and then we saw, I think it was a senator that got her neck slashed on a subway, and now we're seeing Charlie Kirk as the third. And I really like to attribute it to these extremist outlets letting out stories that make people angry, and social media has a big part to play in this as well. And these things can there's a thing now called political psychosis from seeing so much of this extremist news, it makes you want to go out and do something like this.
Interesting. Okay.
From my perspective, I would say, if you are saying something is wrong with this country, it might be not the right way to put it, because I feel like something is wrong with the world currently.
Oh,
Because,
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
because people nowadays, like, we never saw these things, like people celebrating a death in any way, or even we have like never expect these things to people celebrate someone's failure, someone's death, someone, this kind of stuff. And right now, like the world, the people, in especially in the comment section in social media, people are like very much fascinated with the negative things. So this is the main problem right now we are facing. Like whenever we see someone failing, whenever we see someone killing someone, we currently have a dopamine hit, and it's so like I don't know what to say. We are human, right? So it's totally wrong and something going not well
Yeah.
in this kind of situation.
Yeah. What do you What do you think?
I'd say there's a lot of things wrong with our government. I believe power imbalances. I believe the people have lost a lot of our power, and we're looking at people who are able to become influencers or able to be in politics abuse that power. And emotions are nuanced as well. So someone could be happy that he's not able to spew the rhetoric, but they're upset that political violence has happened, because political violence has no place anywhere. Violence because of difference of opinion is horrible. But when you use that opinion to spread misinformation and different things that can cause violence in and of itself, when the violence is getting inflicted upon you, it's kind of hard to sympathize. You can rationalize some things. You can look at it in your mind and be like, okay, this is bad. Objectively, this is bad. But as a human, I just don't care. Not saying me as just don't care, but just in general.
Yeah. 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 I will say. Yeah. Yeah. This is a really difficult one. So I will say that the words that we use, and we talk about this in communication circles all the time, which is why I love journalism, media, communication, because it's so essential and so integral to what we do every day. But words matter because they are symbols, and symbols that carry meaning, especially in our culture, right? So when you change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War,
Exactly.
when you say, I love the smell of deportations in the morning, when you when you say that a whole group of human beings are a basket of deplorables, which is what came up in one election from the Democrat side, you have dehumanized the opposition and you have made them less than human. When you do that, these kinds of acts become possible. So when we watch our language, when we understand that who we talk to are humans, and that we're all humans and we're all little specks on this blue marble traveling through the universe, it does change your perspective. Dr. Hale, final thoughts.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what do you think?
Like I gotta,
You're kind of the expert on this whole thing here.
Apparently. So I was just thinking about what you said about the global issues. So, just a few days ago, we know that there was lots of violence in Nepal.
Yep.
And that
I actually have that headline here.
the ex-prime minister's wife was set ablaze.
Yeah.
That is horrible. And so this is happening all over the place. And what's interesting here is that the United States has had a long-standing history of making the argument in all sorts of geopolitical ways that we have a better way. We can do it this way. This is the way to set up a government, the way that we can create a democracy that represents people, that makes a better society. And right now, it just feels a little broken.
Yeah, more than a little. Yeah, more than a little. I would argue more than a little. And I will say, and I've said this before, and I keep saying you have the last word, and then I jump in there. But I will say this to my students all the time and say, listen, folks who look like me screwed it up. You guys are going to have to fix it. So we apologize for that. My generation apologizes for that. But I have faith. I have faith. I know you guys can fix it. So we're ending on a happy note. So we are going to sign off here. I'm giving our engineer the high sign. It goes so fast. This has been a production of Southern Miss Student Media. Our producers are Annabella Laird and Lily Burkhardt. Thank you guys. Our video producer is Isabella Michaud, and our engineer is Liam Keenan. And we will be back next week with, I'm sure, more headlines. Maybe happier, maybe not. Something.
We'll make it positive.
We'll make it positive at the end, so it'll be. So come back and join us.
This has been News You Need with Dr. Ed Simpson. News You Need airs Friday afternoon at 12:30 on Southern Miss Radio.